And welcome to another Hearts Podcast episode. This is Season 5, Episode 6, My Modding Blessing. So I want to express that I've got about 7 pages worth of a writing here, so this should be a fairly long episode for you to enjoy. I've also got drinks on the side to hydrate with because obviously I will be talking a few minutes straight and it may make my throat dry. That's the reality of doing podcasts. I first started modding between two streamers, either with Plum Becky or the Butter Dad. I can't remember who it was with, as it was one of those two streamers where my journey of early modding began. And this was also during the time when I had just started joining content creation as a viewer. It may have been with the Butter Dad, as he was the one who did see potential in me as a mod, which was very kind of him. It was almost as if my education in health and social care level 1 has been paid off and I was given recognition and potential. Yes, I thought using the education that I had received in online safety and protection will be the making of the most of my education. My modding journey started at the time of when I started my content creation journey, like I said, around 2020. So it was like two things at once. Now, sadly, I am not able to be a part of these communities anymore because of inactivity and toxic communities. The reason for the toxic communities is I had stopped being friends with one of their mods and I was banned on their channel for that. And it's like, excuse me, you do not choose my friends. You can't force everyone to be friends with your mod team. We should acknowledge your mods and continue to show respect in a friendly manner and not force friendship. Whilst I am now an ally, which means not enemy, sorry, I had to cough then, and I am friendly, I had inspired some streamers previously to also be an ally. Then, in another mod duty, I was looking at channel settings, trying to see what was around, and getting to know the features that Twitch offered at the time. But I had thought that I was on my own channel, forgetting that I was on that streamer's channel. And then when they saw that something had been changed, they were like, "What are you doing, Kay?" And I was like, uh-oh. So I was not on my channel. And just like that, I freaked out and requested that I had different recognition, like VIPs. And I thought maybe I could look into modding again in the future when I have better friends, and at the time, these were not my friends. There was always high expectations on how I should feel and behave. And again, I am my own person and I will not be dictated in how I should feel about things or how I should behave for that matter. I am my own person who is an original creation. And have any of you heard of free will? Well, yes, that is a thing, and I have that too, just like you do. And we have to keep in mind also that whilst we are people on the internet, we are still people and should not behave differently just because it is the internet. We should continue to treat people how we want to be treated as well. This was way before I introduced social circles and before I was educated about boundaries. I had only been known about boundaries since 2022, but this was around 2020, 2021. Then when it was 2021, I'd say a year after this event, I met new friends. And this was, thankfully, and I am very grateful for this, because of my first online friend, Ella, and she had other friends, as one does, and I took a support. I took an interest to see if I was able to support them, and that was through uh, a mutual friend we all had at the time, who was German, and that's how I met Paul and Laura and Stephen and everyone else later. Long story short, Laura and Paul were kind enough to assign me as one of their regular mods, and I was very excited to be a mod again. This time I was going to work hard and be the best mod I can try to be. There are all kinds of mods, and mods need to set an example as to how the streamers community work, as like every streamer is different, so is every community and every member within, but each streamer has a set of rules they do go by, and hopefully all people will follow. You need to make sure everyone is aware of your rules, even if it is on the panels, so that you can make sure your community can continue to be great. You also need to keep in mind, while you were given this blessing as a mod, you are trusted with this, and make sure you ask the friends that have given you this what they expect from their mods. Whilst there are general expectations of all mods, asking the friends will benefit you, as maybe they have additional wishes and requirements of their mods. Sorry, I keep sniffing my nose. It is winter season in the UK still, so yeah, I'm sure you can understand why. You might also be pleased to know that now Twitch has added a new feature where you can see every channel that you have been given mod duties of. Unfortunately, this is only a Twitch feature, not Discord. So should you not feel comfortable about any other additional mod duties, especially those that you're not aware of, you can remove them. Some of my friends have been given mod duties of some streamers they didn't even know, and you can always ask people, and you should always ask people if they are comfortable with the role, as a mod duty has a lot of requirements and expectations. So if you have given me this blessing and I remove it from my duties, that's not to say I don't want to be friends with you anymore. It's because I have a lot of mod duties as it is. And maybe you have age block as well, so I can't support your stream if that is on. If you are given a mod role from Twitch, and should they have a Discord server, you may more than likely be given that same mod privileges as well. They are very similar standards, despite being different platforms, but they are basically the same thing. As I do this episode, I am a mod for at least 9 Twitch channels and 12 Discord servers. It's nice to know that I'm a mod wanted in demand on both Twitch and Discord. It is a bit frustrating that former communities did not want to remove my mod role. They were either lazy or disrespectful and disregarding my requests. So thankfully, we now have that feature, and I had left some Discord servers, but it was just frustrating that I did not make myself clear, obviously, and I was not returning to their communities. And I'm sad to say that that friendships had ended, so I am no longer supporting them, and they would have to find other people. I will say this, unless it is urgent and you really, really don't have anyone, and it also depends on time zones and our schedules. So it's good to check both sides if able to pursue mod duty. I want to keep my mod duties to channels that don't have age block because I don't know when I will get photo ID again, and now I don't know how long it's also going to take. When I achieve it, if I do, I will have a lot of work on my hands. I will be planning and saving for my returns visit to South Africa to see my auntie and my cousin, who is the only family I've left now. I will see if I could reinstate a new Amazon Kindle Direct publishing account because my original one was terminated as I did not have photo ID. And my bonus thing as well, I can get my age confirmed on Twitch so I can continue to to view streams, that have age block on. And additionally, I think I will also look into getting a citizenship card so I can carry ID 24/7 because you do need a passport for those. But my hold up is my birth certificate. So if you want to ask me about that in a DM, you can. But yes, I'm a mod wanted in demand still to this day for 9 Twitch channels and 12 Discord servers, but combining my community with many others. And I think that's at least 11 Discord servers. And you will all get to know the combined communities. Modding comes under my social circles list, making number 3 of that list. I work with other mods who are also mutual contacts. But of course, most of us talk to one another in the dedicated mod chats that you might have in DMs or the ones that you have private in the Discord server. Of course, the mod team, unless they find themselves in my friend circles, we are all professional with converses of one another. And I do like to make sure that everyone in the team do not abuse their roles and do their jobs right. Of course, only when we can and should do our duties. Once I did pair up to a community or two, which had a total of 500 people shared amongst them, and that was a lot to handle. Thankfully, we can remove unwanted mod duties should you find yourself with those. And well, that is that for this episode. And I do hope I've covered everything. And stay tuned as there will be at least another 6 more episodes for this season. We've only had a bonus episode because we celebrated the Heart's anniversary of being 1 year old. And now I do apologize if I may have cleared my throat from time to time, or if you heard any sniffles as well. It is winter season. I've not long been awake, and I'm trying to hydrate with my drinks that I have on the side. And I will be jumping back into writing because today is stream day. So I have made notes on the intermission as well. So we will see the webcam in that section only, but not on the main stream because I'm just not up for it today. All right, thanks everybody, and I'll see you all later on for stream. Bye.